every single human being is with three characters. The you that gets tired, the you that tastes things,
The physical being.
the physical being, and the other voice, the voice of reason, and the bully, my favorite, the one that says,
The bully.
yeah, you've got 200 bucks, the last 200 bucks, come on, go party. Go party with your last 200 bucks.
You only live once.
And you have the best of time. The same one in the morning, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. I don't have petrol to go to work.
I can't do no small talk, no small talk. I'm not with the small talk. Can't be with the small talk.
What's happening, Five Nation? Welcome to yet another unscripted episode with myself, Aaron Masemola. And today I'm joined by Aaron Moloisi. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror. Uncle A, how are you doing, my brother?
Like when you said myself, Aaron, and looking at myself in the mirror, Aaron.
Exactly.
Hey, Aaron. I'm good. I'm fantastic. And thank you so much for the invite.
So you are now in the realm of the Five Nation?
I'm now in the realm of the Five Nation.
Introduce yourself to the Five Nation, because I know you as Uncle A. I know you as a mentor. I mean, we've had long conversations for like 5 hours.
I know, right?
I mean, crazy conversations. And I know you as the person that I used to watch on TV growing up.
Yeah.
With more than 22 years in the game. How
Sure.
would Aaron Moloisi introduce himself?
Aaron Moloisi, a rural boy, turned a TV star. Growing up, watching television at the neighbor's house. Impossible to dream of being on television. Little did I know that not only will I buy a bigger screen television, which is color, but I'll be inside of a television. So in simple terms, Aaron Moloisi is just a simple guy who likes making unparalleled connection with anybody and everybody wherever they are.
Unparalleled connections, you say?
Yes, across cultures, across tribes, across race, across languages, hence 13 and a half languages that we speak at the moment. I'm excited by people's smiles. Yeah. So I'm an educationist at heart.
Educationist, you say?
Yes. I like
13 and a half languages.
13 and a half languages.
How did you learn all of these languages? Because most South Africans, I would say, can speak around about 4 or 5 languages. For you, 13 and a half. And also explain the half. What is the half in there? Probably Afrikaans, isn't
You're going to
it?
get me into trouble. Spot on, yeah. I can nie sê vir Afrikaans praat nie. Ek kan net
Dis nie so
Afrikaans
suiwer
praat.
nie, nee.
No, dis nie suiwer nie.
So klein bietjie.
Klein bietjie.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to survive.
Any ander
On the
tale?
streets. Other ones, actually 2 languages that I learned in class was Afrikaans and English. But then my primary school and high school Afrikaans teachers didn't do a great job. They made me not to like the language a lot. And besides, I knew that I was going to use it much later, but I can survive around it. Other languages is, I pick them up
As you go.
as I go, you know. Most of it coming from Limpopo. I'm Pedi by birth. I learned Chivenda, I learned Zonka, obviously in high school, interacting with other, students or learners. Went to varsity in the Eastern Cape, picked up Xhosa. In between, I'd visit KZN, and then I picked up Zulu. Came to Joburg, and then all of it, because we are the melting pot.
Literally.
Of, Rainbow Nation is in
It's
South
like
Africa.
Poikikos.
It's like Poikikos.
Here in
you know?
Joburg.
So other languages, you pick up as you meet people. Language for me is not words and sentences. Language is energy. Language is the sound.
yes.
Language is the rhyme. Hence, you can speak to a kid. Whatever you say, they're not hearing the words, they're feeling your energy.
That's it.
They smile or they cry.
Watching your facial expressions.
Masemola, you get stuck in China. You speak with your hands and you say, I would love some food. You'll
Yes.
find food.
Tell me a little bit about your travels, since it seems like you've been to Asia.
Well, I haven't been to Asia yet. I've been to most of the SADC countries, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, I've been to Paris. My younger sister married a Frenchman from Paris.
Okay.
People say Paris. So I've been to Paris a couple of times, been to New York, my favorite city. That's where I'm going to retire.
The Big Apple.
My second home is in New York. Where else have I been? I haven't been up Africa, actually. We might be doing Uganda
yet.
soon. Uganda and Tanzania.
So to celebrate your success and the 22 years that you've spent in the industry,
Yeah.
I decided to find a few special pictures that can almost summarize your journey
Okay.
from start to where you are currently and maybe where you are going in the future. right? I'd like to bring up a picture from 2002. A young man wearing a denim jacket, cornrows, looking all fly, looking all sexy.
Oh, man.
And I believe that this was a shoot before Take 5. And that's the show where many South Africans actually got to know the name Aaron Moloisi.
It was actually my very first photo shoot after joining Take 5. Out of my pocket.
Yo.
Because coming from corporate.
Investing in yourself.
Investing in myself. I went into it. I'm thinking, I'm from corporate. I'm not going to jinx this one. Let's learn the ropes. And I paid, I think it was 650 Rand for a whole photo shoot.
Wow.
But
2002 price.
2002,
650, yo.
That's the one picture, I think, my most viewed picture ever. And that's the picture that sounds kind of kettles out of the bag since then, because everybody, every single time they see that picture, they say, is this Caster Semenya? Is this Aaron? That's my picture.
Because you can see the resemblance a little bit.
So much, And I look at that picture and I think, this young boy is now here. But the interesting thing, he doesn't look much of a different, sense. That was my proudest photo shoot ever. And I look at it and thinking, if only one could hold time still.
Talk to me about the young man that we see in that picture versus the child who was paying 10 cents to go to the neighbor's house and watch TV. Just the excitement, because I can see it in your eyes slightly that there's almost like a sense of wonder. There's like a sense of excitement, but also there's a little bit of a shyness, Were you ready to become the person that you became? Because, I mean, at the time, SABC 1 was like massive and everyone watched Take 5.
Let me tell you, I don't even know how I felt when I did it. Because remember, I grew up paying 10 cents to go watch TV at the neighbor's house. It was impossible to dream of working television. And when I got to Joburg, got a bigger TV, yes, and I was driving around the highway. I'm thinking, no, man, that building looks like the SABC building.
Yeah.
Let me go there.
Yeah.
Took a drive, got to Henley, asked the reception ladies, hey, is this where SABC is? No, this is it. Oh, okay. So how does it work? Do we book? They're like, no, some programs are not even here.
Yeah.
Sharp. And then I went back. And a friend that I had met in Joburg said to me, Take 5 is auditioning. I was like, what did that mean? I dodged from work, lunchtime, went to the auditions, over 4,000 hopefuls. And I was like, okay, a quick one here. Let's come up with a strategy fast. I jumped to the queue, went straight. I'm looking for that person who does the auditions. What's their name again? They said Trisha. I was like, oh, yes, Trisha. They're like, okay, cool. Wait at the door. Someone's going to come out and then you walk in quickly. Jumped in, said to Trisha, listen, I dodged from work. I've got no time.
I've got limited time.
Let's do this quickly. Show me where to look. Tell me what to do. And I'm going to give you 250 Rand on my first day of shoot.
Wow. So in your mind, you had already gotten the job.
It's weird the way I work. The way things happen. If I don't feel it, sometimes it doesn't even come into my path. Once I come across it and it makes me feel somehow, then I know. I go for it.
It aligns with your spirit.
It aligns with the spirit. And when it's not it yet, still you feel it. I've always followed my gut feeling, my instinct, hence my spiritual journey, which you know.
We'll touch on that as well.
Went in and she thought they're playing a prank. And she gave me a script, said, do you want 10 minutes? No, wait. 2 minutes. Cool, let's do it. Where do I look? Looked, did my link in 5 languages. And 4,008 for 2 hours top.
Look at you.
Got my show. And I was like, something is happening here. Something big is happening here.
And it felt good, didn't it?
It felt good. Came to SABC, shot my first episode. Trisha was there and I gave her 250 Rand. She's like, what is this for? She had forgotten, obviously.
Yes.
It's like, no, this is the guy that came in without an agent, without a script, without a number. Alles.
Sure.
And he said, I'm going to give you 250 Rand. Here's your money.
Yo, the beauty of
she was in tears.
Keeping a promise.
She was in tears. And for me, I was like, but why are you in tears? It's a movie we're living in.
Yes.
And between the auditions to now, it was just a commercial break. Hey, continue the story.
Look at you. You keep on referring to you left work. and you came to the audition for Take 5.
Yeah.
What were you doing at the time? Like, how old were you?
How old was I? So I finished my first degree at 19. I did a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry.
Look at you.
In microbiology.
Smart kids worldwide.
Shut up. So I'm a trained scientist. Finished my degree at 19, and then when I was turning 20, I was working already. But then I was working in the IT field as a systems developer. I don't know if I get bored quickly or I'm a lazy person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd go with the former, but okay.
Got a job in IT. Interesting story there as well. And about 8 months later, I was starting to get bored. I was like, what do people do? I'm not the IT guy. You know, with the glasses.
Yes.
Call the IT guy. No, I'm not that guy. And
you wanted more.
I wanted more, but I didn't know what I wanted. I just wanted something that will talk to my spirit and I'll feel fulfilled. And that's how television happened. When I saw the tower, immediately I knew, okay.
Alignment. Perfect alignment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fashion side of your being.
Yeah.
Right? And you being able to express yourself through your clothing.
Yeah.
There's another picture that I found, right? I went into the archives for this one.
Ooh,
you were wearing a very colorful suit. A head of parliament.
Oh,
you know this picture, right?
I know that picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was happening here?
My candy stripe picture, I call it. So that picture is a suit that I saw on SA Fashion Week by Lady.
Sure.
Pulse Africa. And then I called him friend. I saw the suit and I wanted. The following day, immediately after SA Fashion Week, I got the suit.
Yo.
And then I think it was the Sunday after, I was on the newspaper. Aaron Moloisi breaks fashion rules. I was like, I saw it. Again, spirit spoke.
Yes.
Break the fashion rules. Perfect. And then about a week later, I was going to Parliament to be introduced in Parliament by Honorable Naledi Pandor for NSFAS, the National Student Financial Aid. And then I became head of marketing. So fashion is something that I've always liked. You know, when you grow up with nothing, you lack every time you see something, it's new and you're thinking,
yes.
It's easy to explore because you don't have limitations, because you've never had limitations.
Exactly.
You know, and also it ties in with when I was doing my grade 12, my matric, 1995. I won Mr. Khabani, the high school where I was at, actually the township. I was crowned Mr. Khabani. And guess what happened? The prizes, they took my prize and swapped it with Miss Khabani. I was supposed to get a television, and she was supposed to get a sewing machine.
Oh,
so I got a sewing machine instead of a television. I was like, no, we're not swapping. That's the reason why. Learned the sewing machine, bought the patterns. There was no YouTube then.
Yes.
Learned the whole thing, and I did a 2-piece for my mother.
So you were making clothing?
Yeah.
And that's almost like the inspiration for the fashion side.
For the fashion side, yeah.
That's incredible.
My grandmother used to say, if it doesn't talk back, it will not defeat you.
Amen.
Whatever you see and you want to figure it out, listen, if it doesn't talk back, you'll always be the winner.
You'll always conquer it.
You'll always conquer it.
The one thing that stands out to me about that suit, and it speaks to a show that you are presenting on one of the TV channels that many people know you for these days.
Oh, yes.
Right? Coming Out, right? Where you accompany young South Africans, male and female, on their journey to coming out to their family, right? I'd like to talk about your journey, right? What did that journey look like for you? Because to me, when I see the suit, it represents a young man who is confident, who is bold, and who stands in his identity.
And the flag is just there in your face.
That's it. You can't miss the flag.
The rainbow flag is in your face.
You can't miss it.
Proudly representing the LGBTQ.
That's it. That's it. I wouldn't say it that way, but like I've known you for so long and you always say it that way.
Well, it's easier. You know, because you want to say LGBTQIA+.
Yeah, because it gets complicated at the end.
The president can't even get it himself.
Exactly.
So LGBTQ, then you're safe.
Perfect.
Coming Out as a show, yes, it's a show. It's scripted in terms of what the main objective is, you know. Funny enough, I've never believed in coming out. Because when you're born, you're not born into some closet or some cabinet somewhere you need to come out. As long as you're out of your mother's womb, you're out to the world.
That's a good way to look at it.
You never have to explain yourself, you know. So I did it as a show, yes, but with my journey, I've never had to explain myself. I don't know if I've ever been in the closet or I'm out of the closet. It's never been an issue for me.
You are just you.
I've always been me. And it always puzzles me when people say, so are you gay or are you bisexual or, are you like in the
Where
closet?
they're looking for an explanation.
I'll be like, wait a second, like, why now are you knocking on my bedroom? Why do you want to know what I do behind the bedroom? Like, but when why is so?
But you know people.
I know.
But then
You understand that? Hi, man. When I did After 9, which I was excited to do, my first action role.
After 9.
Lead role, gay, comfortable, but nothing says gay. I was like, let's do this. My journey coming from a very diplomatic family, none of us has ever had to explain themselves. You understand? And when I started television, that was part of my journey to say, can we just be people? Can we just be comfortable? Can we not judge each other? Can we not size up each other? Can we not decide how to respect you because of what we think we know about you? Life is a beautiful journey of discoveries. Let's all coexist. What you are, let me be excited about it.
That is so well said.
Let me not come to you on some, oh, he's saying this because he's gay. Oh, he's saying this because he's in the closet.
He's acting this way because he's gay.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So people who are wanting to come out, do it when you feel it's safe and do it only when you feel it's necessary. Only when you feel it's necessary. Otherwise, you never get to do it. Never have to.
And in your case, you never had to do it.
I never had to.
Because who you are just speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's a member of the family who said to me one time, yeah, I can't know you went to Joburg and decided to be gay. I was like, what do you mean? I decided to be gay. People decide. And I was like, no, man, no, don't do that because I don't even know I'm gay.
You are just you.
I left them confused. I was like,
Leave them speechless.
Let's talk about me, bruh.
Come on.
Not what I do with whoever I do it with.
Hey, we see you, brother. We see you. But talking about judgment and what a lot of people have gone through, right? It's a very difficult thing. And I know that there's someone that you share a very special relationship with that has gone through, I would say, one of the toughest times as an individual, as a superstar athlete, Caster Semenya. Right, we know what the court of arbitration did to her abroad in Europe in terms of her not being able to compete. She won an Olympic gold medal, but she now can't compete. And it's 2024. It would be amazing as a South African to know that at least we've got a gold medal guaranteed because Caster Semenya is that great.
All the time.
But she's always been judged and she's always been looked at differently.
Yeah.
Right? So I found a special picture of you and Caster Semenya.
Yeah.
Right? I believe this was her birthday. And also the day of her wedding. And
yes.
you were emceeing the wedding. But also this picture is from the after party. Talk to me about the vibes. The vibes in this picture. What's happening here?
On the day of the wedding, it was her birthday. So obviously it's 3 in 1. So after the wedding, I emceed the wedding, it was standard family, Uncle Abel, stuff. I don't want to go
You say family.
Yeah.
Explain the relationship between you and Caster Semenya. Let's not skip over. Like a cousin, as one would put it, or a distant relative. How would you define that relationship?
Well,
for those that might not know.
In the African sense, we don't have step cousin, long cousin, get cousin. Understand? So let's say distant cousin. Okay. Yeah. But there's complications there.
You know African families.
You know how the others never tell the truth.
African families.
Oxalash's family.
We know the vibes. But yes,
vibes.
You were saying.
Yeah.
You were explaining the vibes of the day.
Check the pictures.
But there's resemblance there. So it's definitely family. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I suggested, obviously, we go celebrate the after party somewhere else. Traditionally, a wedding would happen and then the couple would go on honeymoon. We don't do that. We party. And then
we rock.
We rock and then you start saving for honeymoon.
Exactly.
Once you
honeymoon later.
We will donate. So we went to the club afterwards around Pretoria, Main Lane.
Okay.
Not Main Lane. It was not Main Lane. Where's Tekis?
Hatfield.
Hatfield. It was in Hatfield.
Hey, you guys were rocking at Hatfield.
Yeah, we were rocking in Hatfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Student Central. We've been there.
Yes.
We've been there.
I know. I can't say the club, but I know for sure you've been there.
Yeah, no.
By the square.
I've been there a few times. Trust me.
So we went there to celebrate, and obviously there were a couple of surprises. I could not reveal the surprises. That's why in the picture you can see there's a birthday cake.
Yes.
Which I think was the 4th or 5th cake of the day.
Wow.
And there's another one, which is a sneaker.
I can see it in the
Another
picture,
surprise, you know. And obviously being the older brother, we were, pushing the whole thing, and we had lots of fun. We had lots of fun. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Talk to me about the relationship away from that specific day.
Yeah.
Caster Semenya, with everything that she has gone through, I'm sure that throughout a lot of the conversations and the appearances with the lawyers and in court and all the struggles, you were a pillar of support. Talk to me about that relationship.
I'll tell you what, the judgment and the challenges based on who she is started a long time ago when she was 17. When she was 17, she started being Caster Semenya in the athletics arena.
When we got to know her.
When you got to know her. I remember a lot of our media conscientized the public about who she is. And they themselves started wanting to force her to prove that she's a girl. I remember the one particular cover of her drum magazine. That's the one that really, really pissed me off. Forced her to be on the cover, forced her to wear a dress, forced her to wear a wig, and look like a girl. That for me was the ultimate to say, listen, if ever our media is going to do this, then you know what, let's just find a way. And you know what the best way became?
Performance.
The best way to manage it. Don't manage it. Get on the track.
Exactly.
Shut up and run.
Exactly. Performance.
Shut up and run.
Like kill them with success.
That's all. And because the thing is, when you dwell too much on, oh my God, they are taking me, I'm being judged, you actually investing in that energy and you're keeping it, you're harboring the energy. Look at it, laugh at it.
I'll show you.
I'll show you.
In the biggest way.
In the biggest way.
Olympic gold medal, baby.
Guess what?
There's
when
nothing
she got
better than
Olympic gold medals and she became our golden girl, now the whole country's turning around to say, oh my gosh, she's our golden girl.
All of a sudden we're supporting it.
All of a Sunday. You know, I remember when she got it. Went to the house on the day that she landed. The wife, Violet, cooked. Papa.
Hey,
that's how we
African
rock.
cuisine.
African cuisine.
Yeah.
And I think it was morning live with the minister. It was a big thing at the airport. They're waiting. Hey, what? Hey, the dinner. Did you go? No.
Because you
sat at home, flat on the floor, pap and chicken feet. Just the way we know how.
I love that.
They want to celebrate you now after they wanted to trash you. Let's not manage it.
I want to talk to you about, like, to me as a sports broadcaster.
Yeah.
We look at the Olympic Games as a platform where athletes must shine. And we want our athletes to almost resemble what the Springboks do, which is continuously win.
Yeah.
You look at the previous Olympic Games, we only basically got like 2 medals, Tatiana Schoenmaker, and also a surfing medal there. Caster Semenya is an athlete that always performed.
Yeah.
Always performed.
Yeah.
We knew that when she was on the track, there's at least a gold or a silver if she's having an off day. For you as a pillar of strength, for her to not be competing at the highest level in what she loves doing, in a field where she can express her God-given talent.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
She's so okay.
Is it?
She is so okay. Remember, when she started, it was not a destination to say, eventually I want to have 40 medals. Eventually I want to be, competing the highest race in the Olympics. It was, I just want to run. And her consistency, her winnings, nobody can ever match that record.
Amen.
You understand?
Amen.
So it's a journey that has taken her further than she could have ever imagined. So if anything, we celebrate you more than we're disappointed by this thing. You know, there's obviously a reason why it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, God knows, God forbid, that might have been one of the biggest losses had she pushed.
Yeah.
Understand? So it's not about, oh my God, I couldn't get to that destination because you never planned for it anyway. You know, look at what you've got.
It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration, you know. And also, the book came out at the right time, you know. Traveling the entire world, going to all the biggest stations, you know, all the biggest entities you can ever think of embraced Casta. And the book has sold hundreds of thousands around the world, except for at home. But we don't expect it at home anyway.
That is so shocking.
But that's how it is. That's how South Africans are.
Please say that again. It has sold hundreds of thousands across the world, but not in South Africa.
Except in South Africa.
Why aren't South Africans buying her book?
First of all, South Africans don't read.
Okay.
I think we were sitting at about 0.2% of people that actually read books. I was part of the book council for about 10 years. You know, we used to have a reading week in September. So South Africans don't read books. Number one, we'll forgive them for that. But number two, South Africans take time to support their own.
We know the story.
We want to see you shine over somewhere there. And then
We know the
oh
story.
Oh my God, we own you. Look at Makazi. Look at Tyler, you know.
Look at Black Coffee.
Thank you. So it's not a biggie. It's not a biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. The fact that you couldn't compete, it's happening at the time where we're celebrating telling the journey. You know, it's exciting times.
I'm very excited for Caster Semenya, but you touched on something there, which I think it's very sad, but it's a reflection of how we as South Africans are, right? And it reminds me of this picture, right? With the lady that you know quite well. A lady that... A lady that spoke to our spirit when she sang, right? A lady that was ridiculed before she passed on. A lady that was mocked in the media, right? However, when she passed, everything changed. Reminds me somewhat of the Caster Semenya story. You see. Talk to me about Zahara.
Okay.
Phenomenal voice. Such a beautiful soul.
Phenomenal talent.
Comes from humble beginnings in the Eastern Cape. And she just captured the attention of so many South Africans through her voice. And there's so much for us to say. But I want you to talk to me about the legacy and your friendship. Because that's a voice we will never forget.
That's a voice we'll never forget. That's an energy we'll never forget. Once again, with her, when she started, remember she was mocked. Her voice is too heavy. She can't really sing. All she does is ooh, ooh, ooh. And she couldn't speak English. All sorts of stories. I heard Loliwe, the first single. And then I was a little bit shift at the time. The producer said, no, if we've got a musician coming in today, I was like, okay, another musician. Is she new? Yes, she's new. Okay, cool. And then in walks Zahara. Her first television interview.
Yo, with Uncle A.
With Uncle A. And Rulani Baloyi at the time. I was like, oh my God, I'm just close up, man. And then we said, it was a conversation because I've always wanted to like meet her because it was so quick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, funny enough, I always wanted to meet Atma Jonga. You don't know. I would always watch your programs ending with my sister and my mom. And I was like, once I go to Joburg, I want to meet this guy. Like, okay, cool. Here we are. Das guy, sharp, family, klar.
Done.
Friends. From the day we became friends, and obviously she got busy. She got busy, super busy.
She was a superstar.
Dude. I mean, she broke a record that no artist locally has ever broken since Brenda Fassie.
Wow.
You know, she did. She surpassed Brenda Fassie's record at the time. And no other artist to date has ever done that. So immediately, I call it tick, done. Wherever the journey takes you to, extra. Cool. You know, that'll be your Powerball plus bonus.
Out of Powerball.
So over the years, we've been celebrating who she is on and off the cameras, on and off the stage. And when everything else coming out, challenges and other things were coming from close sources, unfortunately, because those know you better. They take moments, they build ammunition, you know. We would sit and we'd laugh about it, you know, and we'd have fun times. I remember I posted a video about not having cut her cake on the specific birthday. And I wasn't there to cut her cake. So that video trended, bruh. Sitting with some ridiculous number of million views on TikTok and also Instagram. But that was showing how our friendship is. We were just chilling, you know, wearing a gown, you know, and then we went and did her last solo concert, Healing Woman, at Canberra City in August, which I emceed. And she was not well, man. She was not well. She did what she did. She did her best. Extended the session longer, even.
Giving back to the fans.
Giving back to the fans and saying, I'm back. And then afterwards, I remember she was so exhausted and tired and hot. Collapsed backstage, and I was busy there, you know, calming her down until she went home. In retrospect, when somebody is on a journey to cross over, you kind of feel it. You don't wish for it, but you know that if it happens, then it's time.
Then it's time. You touched on it earlier. The spiritual side of your being.
Yeah.
Connected to those that have come before us. You said it right now that there's a part in that moment where you can almost feel it. That she's in the process of moving to the next realm.
She's in transit.
Right. Talk to me about your journey, your spiritual journey, and the side that many people that don't know you personally might not know.
I've always known I'm a special child. I think I remember far back as the age of 2 with my grandmother cleaning the house and coming across some bag with, you know, bones in it. Had a very short conversation and I never saw that again ever. So throughout my life, I always knew that I'm different. Grew up in a Christian family, went to varsity, got born again, literally went deeper into salvation. But I was on a journey to discover how this spirituality works until I understood that spirituality is one.
Amen.
Spirituality is all one. We just use different methods and different ways, different mediums.
To connect.
And then 2018, after going to NSFAS, being introduced in Parliament, came back. And then the gift started intensifying. So I've got an intuition above average, a gut feel above average. I get to see things. I get to interpret dreams. And then 2019, sealed the deal, went back home. That's when I got my white beads. People ask what this is. It's not swag. It's my spiritual Wi-Fi connection, unkept. So in between whatever I do, I get to connect spiritually. So sometimes I get to have even deeper connections. Formally, you can say I work as a psychic medium. You can go into my Instagram, IGTV. You'll find some of the spiritual readings
you've done
that I do with random people. It's not something that's commercial, hence I don't publicize it, I don't market it. Because
you don't put it out there.
I don't put it out there, you know. But if I come across you or anybody else behind the camera and there's news for them, I tell them. Yeah.
Like, it fascinates me because you've had 22 years in the media industry. We spoke about friendships and people that you've shared this journey with. It's a double-barrel question. How has your gift helped you to navigate the media landscape? Because we know that there are people who might seem like your friends, but they're not your friends. We know that there are deals that are often put on the table that aren't the best deal. And often you need to trust your gut. And you say that your intuition is above average. How has that helped you not just survive, but thrive in this media landscape?
Without the intuition, without my spiritual abilities, without the gift, I would not have survived this long. it has helped me on many levels. I remember, there were certain deals I had to say no to. There was one particular one, very juicy.
Very juicy. Lots of money on the table.
This was 2006, bruh. The deal was 300,000. 2006.
That's a lot of money.
For a network.
That's very close to 2002 where you did a photo shoot for 650.
Do you know what I mean?
So we can just calculate.
300,000 for a network, just a billboard and a few snaps here and there in newspaper and magazines. And I had to say no to it because I then did quick research in terms of how brands work and brand association. They were going to pay me 300,000 for the year, but then I was going to be stuck with that brand for 3 years, which means after that I cannot be associated with any other.
They've locked you in.
Brand, network, and banks. So I thought, Carlin, what do we do? My agent, and she said, no, it's not worth it. If it was 3 million, maybe. So we had to let it go. And other ones, you feel it, man. Sometimes I'd get like a brief for an audition. I'd be like, no, it's not me.
It's not the one.
Or sometimes I'd get a brief. I'd be like, okay, tell them I'm coming at 11. And at 11:15 I should be inside. Because I know the
it's
gang
yours.
is aligned. You know? And in terms of people around me, knowing who has got good intentions or not, that's an easy one. There's been a very easy one. I remember one time I shocked my producers. I walked in, I said to them, oh, you like sangomas, ne? She's like, why? I'm saying, no, the third show of the day, we've got 3 sangomas coming in. There's a short one on the third one, and watch what happens. She's like, no, I'm sure somebody showed you the script. I was like, no, because I never read my scripts. And
you just knew it.
You
felt
it.
it.
Yeah. So as the gift intensified, sometimes I get to a point where I read people's thoughts. I walk into a room, I look at you. Maybe you're saying something to somebody, I'd be like, if only they knew.
Hectic.
Yeah, but I mean, that's none of my business. So it's exciting for me. I walk in, I read your minds, or maybe your underground gang appears and they want to say something. I'll be like, no, wait, let's observe. Yeah, but sometimes you feel something going to happen in a day or two. You repel it. There's different ways that we call it spiritual healing, where you send balls and balls of energies to different situations to attract them, or either to block them,
to repel them.
Okay.
It sounds like you've got business on lock, you know, from a very young age. You kind of knew how to negotiate business deals and to almost position yourself strategically in this media space. Where would you say that business intellect, let's call it that, business intellect came from? Is it just your gut feeling, or did you have mentors along the way guiding you in terms of making the best business decisions?
I would say my grandmother. At the age of 8, I was already an entrepreneur in primary school. I was selling sweets and nuts.
Yeah, you were that guy.
I was that guy. I knew
The
how
plug.
to buy this much, and my mother showed me how to do a budget. Cost, you get this, you times 2, this is your profit, and then you make this. It's like, okay, cool. You know, when I was in high school at 13, 14, I had a hair salon already.
Look at you.
Yeah. Grade 12, I had just turned 15 and then went to varsity at 16. I was doing people's hair on weekends. So business has always been my thing. And I thought everybody's like that.
No.
For me, just life.
No. Most of
like,
us are running, playing cricket and playing rugby. We're not doing business.
But if you're doing something that you enjoy and people pay you money, that's business.
Good point.
Exactly.
Good
Enjoy
point.
it so that you make even more money. That was my mentality.
Yeah.
You know, and I made money from a young age to a point where money didn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make sense when somebody's like, oh, okay, I'm depressed. I lost 100,000. Okay, make $1 million then. Yeah.
Make the money.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Custer, just run.
Shut up and run.
Shut up and run. I want to bring up this last picture, right? This is a nice picture of you standing alongside the cover of your book.
Oh, yes.
Wearing your green tracksuit. Talk to me about the book, The Art of Staying Power in Media. A celebration of 22 years in the industry.
It's a book that I've been postponing for many, many years. The Art of Staying Power in Media. I've had so many people asking me, how do you manage to stay so long and so relevant in the media industry? And I never thought about it that way, to say, oh, I'm actually managing to stay long. For me, it's always been about fun, and I'm still having fun. So the book is a self-help guideline. It's not just my personal journey. It's to say, in the 22 years, this is what I think I've learned in retrospect. But then at the end of every chapter, it's got tasks that help you identify your strength, identify...
So it's a practical book.
It's a practical book.
I can use these skills and apply them.
Your way. You know, I will tell you how I did it. I will tell you what are the key things that I've learned. And we've got lots and lots of advice from industry experts, by the way. Your casting directors, your producers, so everything is in there. Your publicists, your journalists. To say, a lot of kids come in, they want to do everything, they want to be everywhere, but when we see them on the red carpet, we can't even take pictures of them because we don't know what they do. You know, so it gives you the truths about from how to get a legit casting agent, how to nail your first audition, how to negotiate your contract, and how to say yes to certain deals and how to say no to certain deals. So it's a nice summary of how you can carve your path and
navigate the industry.
Navigate the industry and develop your own staying power in media, and you stay on top of your game. So in simple terms, the art of staying power in media, how to hack the industry and stay there.
I want to steal one nugget, right? For our Five Nation that's watching you right now. There's one question that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to this whole media landscape. It's building a brand.
Yeah.
Aaron Moloisi, your advice to a young person listening to your voice right now, watching you on screen, how does one build their brand? Because there are different ways to do it. But given your experience, given the book that you've written, given the friends that you've had in the industry and the journey that you've walked, I'd love to get your thoughts.
2 points quickly. Brands are not made. Brands are not built. You're born a brand.
Slam dunk.
Simple. How do you then build it? How do you then
amplify
nurture it? Identify the simplest of things that you know you have and those you always get from people around you. Aaron, you're very good with your English. Aaron, your voice. Oh, look at you, your eyes. Identify those strengths that people are connecting you with through, you know. Start maximizing all those things. With me, I knew it was my voice and then my languages. And
the
then
ability to connect.
Voice and languages and being able to just like people and like people smiling. Naturally, you have conversations. When you're doing something your way, which is the only way it makes sense to you, you become a unique brand. You become a unique brand. Then it's easy to identify a niche market. Once you are known for something, you can diversify later.
Sure.
Basics of getting the right camera, getting the right manager, all those are in the book. And all those are easy to find around. Those are just tools. Your brand is that which you're born with and is usually identified by listening to the ones around you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I've always loved is people often say that you will never experience yourself.
Yeah.
Because other people experience you.
You are not meant to experience yourself. That's why God gave you eyes to look at others.
Sure. Not to look within.
Not to look at yourself. Nobody knows what they look like inside except for your microscope going in. Do you understand? Your hands are to embrace whatever's around you and embrace the world and hug other people. You can get to your toes. Ne? They are much further than your back. But you cannot get to the middle of your back with your hands.
Yeah.
Your arms being right there. Because you're not meant to be looking back.
Oh. Yeah. That the Moloisi.
Your eyes are here. They are not here.
You are cooking, as the kids would say.
Yeah.
You're on
so,
fire.
Always log in. Look into yourself. Listen to your gut feel. Listen to your intuition. Listen to the inner child. Listen to your silent voice. They say it. Every single human being has got 3 characters. The you that gets tired, the you that tastes things.
The physical being.
The physical being, and the other voice, the voice of reason, and the bully, my favorite. The one that says...
The bully.
Yeah, you've got 200 bucks, the last 200 bucks, come on, go. Go party.
Do
Go
it.
party with your last 200 bucks.
You only live once.
And you have the best of
YOLO!
time. The same one in the morning, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. I don't have petrol to go to work. The bull will come back and say, but what were you thinking? You knew it was the
Exactly.
right one. But provide you with a solution.
Yeah.
Love the bully.
Love it.
Always listen to what you feel. Don't define it. If you don't know what to call it, you can always hear it. Listen to it.
Just feel it.
That's your power.
Be present.
That's your brand.
To wrap up our conversation, as we reflect on your journey from a young man who paid 10 cents to watch TV at a neighbor's house, a man that has dominated the industry for the last 22 years. What's next for Aaron Moloisi? Because I know that you're in business. You're empowering people now. You are changing lives. Before you answer that, actually, I want to ask you, where are you currently? Where's your spirit at? What do you feel in this present moment? Where's Aaron at? Because that can tell us a lot where Aaron is going next.
What's next? It's interesting you ask me that because I never think about it. Ne?
That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. I'm always in transit, spiritually. The book is out. I'm waiting for where it takes me to. The book is not even to make profits out of it. The book is...
It's a free book, by the way.
It's for me to be able to have talks, you know, have engagements, corporate engagements or public engagements, and maybe to lives as well. Over and above the book, we've got the wine on the side, which we're using to celebrate and celebrate your success and my success and everybody's success. So that's like permanent. It's gonna keep flowing. Excuse me. Other than that, I know that I'm ready for the world. I'm ready for the world. After doing my first Hollywood movie, the US is calling. The US is calling. You know, maybe marriage or engagement very soon.
Is that an announcement?
Maybe in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other, the significant other,
no, that's where we are going.
So we're shifting cities, we're shifting countries, we're shifting continents.
Is this like your official announcement to say
No,
that
it's not.
you're moving to New York and you're getting married?
Listen, New
and
York,
you're taking over the world?
New York might be Paris.
Ooh.
New York might be Lagos. You don't know.
Okay.
Let's keep it as overseas.
But something is coming.
Something is coming, definitely. That's where the spirit is at. And the thing about it is never ask, never interrogate. Because when you interrogate in your one timelines, you're planning it yourself, and the universe's duty is one to execute your thoughts. Positive or negative. If it's a maybe, you receive a maybe. If it's a plus, you receive a plus. The duty of the universe is to execute.
Yeah.
Don't get impatient. You don't know what it is. Don't get impatient. You don't know how long it's going to take. Don't be impatient. You don't know where it's going to take you. Just accept it.
Wow.
But then this is where it's saying, we are going.
We are going.
Yeah.
Now we see you.
But you will know first. You know this.
I mean, I know this
Our
very
midnight calls.
I know it very well, but it's good to get a reminder.
Yeah. In terms of television, I don't think I'll be going to television soon. In terms of talk, I've done enough talk. I'm going to dive into the digital space, you know. Do a different kind of...
That's the new TV these days, actually.
Absolutely.
That's the new TV. Sure. Aaron Moloisi, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the work that you've done in the industry. Thank you for sharing your gift with the world. Because I think so often we don't realize that we are touching lives that we will never meet. You know, one of my favorite quotes is, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And it goes on to say that when you liberate your own light, you unconsciously allow others to do the same.
Absolutely.
And that's what you've done, sir.
That's powerful.
We appreciate you and we love you. And we look forward to the marriage in New York We look forward to the projects that will come.
Don't believe anything Aaron M is saying.
But we look forward to what lies ahead, because the one thing I can say is that this is just the beginning.
Thank you so much. Ke a leboga, Doriwang Amanda.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Ke lebogile kudu.
This is 5